Hey, what's up everybody? William Douglas here, and today I'm gonna save you some money, or I'm gonna try anyway, and get you to abandon these brass inserts for woodworking projects. I used to do these, but as soon as I realized you can tap the wood, I stopped using these. Who the heck wants to do that when you can just drill and tap the wood? It's so much faster, it's cheaper, it's easier, and in my experience, it's been just as strong. But today we're gonna put that to the test. I got a scale, and I'm gonna run some tests. Let's see what we can come up with, and hopefully we can save you some money and get you to abandon your brass inserts as well. Let's get started. Okay, so step one, you're gonna wanna drill some holes into some hardwood. What we have here is walnut. I'm gonna drill 4, maybe 5 holes into this. This is the correct size that I need for my tap. You can see that the larger holes for the brass inserts are already drilled into the walnut. That's because the brass inserts specified a very obscure size drill bit that no one in their right mind would ever have in their shop. So I had to do it on my CNC machine. You can see here I'm tapping the smaller holes with my metal tap. It's no special tap, it's just a normal metal tap. It's easier to do this with a drill, but I felt like doing it by hand, so I did. Now I'm gonna insert the brass inserts. This is easier said than done. Really, I should have put a chamfer around the outside edges, but I didn't, so there's a bunch of tear out that happens as I insert each brass insert into the wood. It's a lot of inserts that I just inserted into that phrase or statement. Okay, well, a couple more to go. I'm gonna put wax on one of these, see if that helps, if that changes anything. And one of them, I'm gonna come back and put super glue in. Oh yeah, right here I realized that I drilled all 4 of those holes a little bit too big. I had the wrong size drill bit in there by accident, so I went and got the right size drill bit, drilled 1 hole, and I used wax to run the threads into that just to see if it made a difference. Now I'm removing one of the brass inserts and I'm gonna put CA glue or super glue onto the threads and then push that one back in. Not using activator because I want the super glue to be able to get into the threads and kind of set and seat in there. Same thing with this one. A little CA glue goes along all the threads, and then I'm just gonna run a bolt in and out to make sure that it disperses throughout the threads and hopefully hardens. Now we are ready to attach a block of wood that we'll be using in between a scale on the floor, and I'm going to put a clamp in reverse and see if I can rip these threads out. We're going brass insert first. And here we have a beautiful scale that will soon be returned to Target. Okay, so the goal here is to put a clamp in reverse, push down on the scale, lift up on this piece of wood until the threads are ripped out. But did you hear that snap? That snap was an unexpected turn of events. The threads did not rip out, rather, the wood snapped. I did not expect this to happen, so right now, brass inserts are looking pretty damn good. So right about now, I'm second guessing everything, thinking that this is a waste of a video, and I'm gonna look like a fool in front of all of you. But let's see. I'm gonna flip it to the other side and run a test with the threads only. Supposed to add pressure here. I'm trying to get the scale to turn on. I have another camera pointing down to see how much weight it takes to rip the threads out. And here we go. Did you hear that noise? Crack, 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 crack. That is the sound of a bunch of wood cracking. So I don't think we need to test any more holes. Those were the regular ones. No threads are ripping out. The wood is just breaking. Now hopefully you learned something, but I never claimed to be any kind of scientist or anything. I barely know how to use that equipment that's back there. I don't know how I came up with the idea with the reverse clamp on the scale to try to get the pressure of the thing. All I need to know is that the wood broke before the threads. So I'm gonna keep doing it my way. I hope it was helpful to you. I do have some really exciting builds coming up. One I've been working on for a few weeks already, and another one after that is the bed that everybody's been asking me about with all the crazy joinery. That's coming up after this build that I'm working on now. Thank you for watching. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a scale to return.
Let's be honest, eternal devotion. If we keep things open, if you love all on me, yeah, then you let me be free, yeah. If you love me.